When you can actually see your profit for the year in dollars and cents, it gets you more in the notion of selling corn, knowing that I can lock in a $50,000 profit or whatever the profit is. You want to lock it in. If I know I can make that much profit in a year, I will be in business next year.
Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. My name is Cody Bills. This is Brock Shimano. Today is the 24th of Thursday. We had export sales out this morning, but let's turn right over to the platform and see where we closed out the day. Corn for May delivery down 2 1/4 cents. Soybeans up 3 1/2 cents, and wheat in Chicago with the biggest gains today up 12 1/2 cents. Brock, we had export sales this morning. Did we see anything that disappointed or excited the market?
There wasn't anything really special in this export sales report this morning. We did take a look at the numbers. We met expectations for wheat, corn, right within analyst expectations, and soybeans on the low end of expectations. Something that I guess if you want to point a finger at something that was disappointing was new crop sales for soybeans, just 118,000 metric tons, well below analyst expectations there. So one sore spot on the export sales report this morning. But let's take a look at where we stand for this marketing year. If you take a look at this chart here, you can see the red line is the amount of sales we need to see to meet current USDA projections. The blue bars are what we are actually seeing. But I want to pay attention to that green line up top. That's the amount ahead or behind the pace to meet the current USDA projections. You can see on this corn chart that we're falling off a little bit from the pace that we were seeing a couple weeks ago. On the year, we still are 179 million bushels ahead of pace. If we take a look at soybeans here, we've fallen off sharply on the pace ahead or behind on soybeans to meet the current USDA projections. This week we're standing at 146 million bushels ahead, but that has fallen off substantially over the last several weeks. So that's something we're going to have to continue to pay attention to, but it is something that is anticipated for this time of year, and we start to see those sales really start to slow up in the old crop sales.
Absolutely, and if you look at this slide here, just look at the last 5 weeks. I mean, just barely making any sales there. Now, of course, there is talk of possibly some more cancellations, and of course, today there's, people know the situation that some Brazilian beans are being rerouted to the U.S. That will also put a little bit of pressure on soybeans as well. One thing that we talked about was really that support level for soybeans. It seemed for July soybeans, it seemed like that area held. It'll be interesting to see if tomorrow we have any sort of rebound. Just keep in mind that really this whole week we have seen selling pressure. It's a Friday. We may see some of those positions, some of the selling positions that we saw put on this week unwound or flattened out, and that may cause a little bit of a bump here, a little bit of a jump in prices, especially since it is Friday and we are on support. So just keep in mind there. If we do break support though, we could see it unwind very sharply. So we are at a key price level. Now one thing Brock is showing here on this slide is the soil moisture, and this has a lot to do with wheat. The situation in wheat is pretty bad in western Kansas, western Oklahoma, and in that panhandle for Texas. We need moisture. You can see that there's areas where there's really only 15 or 16% moisture, really just desperately needing moisture, and we just haven't been able to get that. The eastern part of Kansas, eastern part of Oklahoma, and the eastern part of Texas has gotten some moisture, but that western part seems to be very much neglected. One of the reasons why we continue to move higher here for wheat.
We've seen wheat really rally substantially over the last several days, and like you said, this is driving the market quite a bit higher. Today we did see gains of about 12 cents, so we're going to continue to monitor that, but we do have a little bit of resistance sitting around that $7 level. We'll see if we can test that here in the next several days. If you have any questions about what we talked about, give us a call, 877-472-4607. Tomorrow, make sure to join us for the weekly wrap-up.